Today I'm going to be pickling some of the vegetables. You can use any kind of vegetables you have left in your refrigerator. It's a really nice way to clean up your refrigerator. I'm going to be using really simple vegetables that you can find in your supermarket. I have celery, carrots, cauliflower, and onions here. First, I have to cut the vegetables to bite-sized pieces so it's easier to serve. So with cauliflower, you just, cut them along the little flower by hand. And for the big ones, we'll just cut it into. Onions, I would just cut into little chunks because you do want to be able to, chew it. So maybe into quarter size for the small. I'm going to mix all of these vegetables together because, I'm using the same brine. But celery, again, just cut it into maybe diagonal pieces, bite-sized pieces. I love celery pickles because, it's got that really wonderful flavor. And it remains chewy until the end. I cut the carrots into either you can make it into small rounds, but I always find that it's easier to put it into the jar when it's in little stick forms. So I just cut it into thick forms here. Okay, I'm finished with the prepping of the vegetables. I have 2 jars here that I've already cleaned. Or actually boiled in hot water before. I'm just going to stack up with different layers of vegetables. I will put the cauliflowers in the bottom. And of course, it's always nice to think about the color when you put these in. So then add the celery. Make sure that you get all the sort of the little nook and cranny in there. Then we'll do the onions. Then I will top it with carrots. So for the pickle brine, I'm going to use an equal amount of water to soy sauce and sugar. So here I'm using actually 1 cup each. Make sure the sugar is melted. Once it starts to boil, then I'll add this vinegar. Because you don't want to add it in the beginning, then the sourness from the vinegar will evaporate and will not be tart enough. So as you can see, the soy sauce and water and sugar is starting to boil. When it starts to bubble around the side, then that's when you put in equal amount of vinegar. You have to wait for it to really boil a lot with lots of bubbles on top like this. Then you can turn the heat off. And this is time to really sort of have a taste because you want to make sure that it's salty and yet sweet and tart. All 3 flavors. For me, it's perfect. If you like it a little bit saltier, of course, at this time you can add a little more salt. But I think with this amount of soy sauce in, it's perfect. While it's hot, I'm going to pour the brine over the vegetables. Make sure that it's boiling hot because I am kind of an impatient person. Cannot wait to do it with ladles. I'll just pour directly. Don't worry that it doesn't cover the vegetables because in a few hours, all the vegetables will shrink a bit. The brine will cover all the vegetables. And at this time, you just cover and you let it sit for maybe 3 to 4 days until it's ready to eat. Voila, it's done. Since we cannot wait to taste the pickles, I have here the pickles that I made actually 2 weeks ago. I have the carrots, onion, and then actually garlic stem. So let me taste the one that, the carrot that I pickle. These pickles make really perfect condiment to pasta, to noodles, to, to rice, to everything. So I highly recommend it and it's perfect replacement for kimchi in the summertime. So see you next week.